Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with NBC 5 News at 11. We have our eye on Duncanville, where police right now were giving an update about the woman found shot after she was pulled from her burning home. Let's listen in.
Lieutenant Christopher McCaleb, CHRISTOPHER, MCCALEB.
Good morning. First, on behalf of all of us here in the city of Duncanville, we want to extend our deepest condolences to the family of Miss Regina Phillips. Next, I want to reassure the community that there is no immediate danger to the public. Throughout the investigation, we have determined that this was an isolated incident. On May 6, 2024, at 6:06 a.m., the Duncanville Police Department and Fire Department were dispatched to a structure fire at 611 Oriole Boulevard. Within minutes, officers and firefighters arrived at the scene. Firefighters quickly entered the apartment and located Miss Phillips. Miss Phillips was evacuated from the apartment, and shortly after, it was discovered that she suffered a gunshot wound to the head. Miss Phillips was pronounced deceased at the scene by Duncanville Fire Department medics. During the investigation, it was revealed that our officers responded to the same location on Sunday, May 5th. That 911 call for service came out as a verbal disturbance between Miss Phillips and a James Rias, a 63-year-old male. Officers investigated that call for service and determined Miss Phillips and Mr. Rias had lived together for several years. And based on their interviews and evidence, no family violence occurred at that incident. The officers followed department policy and completed a report documenting the incident. Our law enforcement team has worked tirelessly to gather information and piece together the events surrounding this tragic incident. Yesterday evening, our detectives obtained a signed murder warrant for James Rias. And Mr. Rias is currently in custody at Dallas County Jail with a $1 million bond. He was initially located returning to the scene and arrested for unrelated traffic violations. I want to conclude by saying we take the safety and security of our community very seriously, and this was demonstrated by the hard work of my officers and detectives. And with that, I'll entertain some questions.
Can you expand on, you say that Miss Phillips was evacuated from the apartment and wasn't until after. Was she conscious at that point, or what do you mean by evacuated, and then it was discovered that she had a gunshot?
So that's a fire department question. They're the ones that evacuated her. I'll bring Interim Fire Chief Chase here to answer that.
So when the crews entered the apartment complex, or the apartment itself, they initiated a search, found an unresponsive person inside the townhouse. I'll leave out the exact location due to the ongoing investigation. Due to the smoky conditions, they did bring that person outside, and that's when they determined they couldn't provide any type of resuscitative efforts.
Did you have a good idea she was in there, or was this a routine search?
We do routine searches all the time, but there were reports that someone was inside at the time, so that did escalate the search efforts.
What was the extent of the fire when you all got there?
There was active fire inside the apartments, or inside the apartment. I'll leave it at that until the fire investigation's done. That is also attached to the police investigation.
And is this an arson investigation, and do you believe that Mr. Arias is
Yeah, I will state that it's a fire investigation until they determine it is arson.
So right now, no cause?
Not at this time. The fire marshal, Duncanville Fire Marshal, the state fire marshal, believe they called in help from Cedar Hill and Lancaster fire marshals just due to the magnitude of the investigation with a fatality. They called in some extra help. They're continuing that investigation. They've sent, gathered evidence just like the police have, except on the fire side.
Can you determine how long after she was shot the fire was started, or how long prior she had been shot?
No, ma'am, we don't have any idea on that.
Chief, this is a question for you. Do we know a motive at this time?
No, ma'am. I'm not able to provide that at this moment. I will tell you that our investigators worked tirelessly to conclude this investigation, and that's exactly what we did.
All right, we have been listening to the assistant police chief there in Duncanville tell us about the arrest of a man in connection with the death of a woman. Her body was found inside a burning apartment on Monday morning. Police have arrested her live-in boyfriend, James Reese, charged with murder, and in the Dallas County Jail with bond set at $1 million. We'll keep following this story for you throughout the day.